Jared Polin, FronosPhoto.com. Welcome to another Adorama Picks Rapid Fire Critique. If you haven't checked out Adorama Picks, go ahead, do so. That's where I get my large metal prints and photo books. Love them. Really do. They give me a lot of different codes for you guys to use from time to time. None right now. But if you haven't signed up for the Fronos Photo email list, please do so. Put your name, email address in the box inside this orange thing. Hit send it, and I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low-light situations. We've got a rapid-fire critique from the snappy Canadian. That's right. Oh, Canada. So we got the snappy Canadian here. Let's go through their set and see how they are doing. Look at the vignetting around this image. Holy vignette. Hopefully they're not adding it. Nicholas Rupert. Soccer shot. What are we shot with here? We've got a Canon EOS 5D Mark II, so a little older, with the 70 to 200 2.8 USM. So we got the Canon lens going there. Out at 195, 800 ISO at f3.2, 1/125th of a second, ISO 800. I think I said that already. So this camera was not designed for a sports camera. It had a very bad focusing system. Now, it's a fantastic camera. It was one of the most revolutionary cameras in our history of digital cameras because of the video capability that it finally let people use their DSLRs for, and it was a very good wedding camera. Now, it didn't have a very good ISO rating for low light, but outside shooting soccer, this is a very nice shot. Filled the frame very well. We've got the ball, we've got the action blocking out, we've got the arms, we've got the sweat or whatever the heck that stuff is. It's working, and I just spit on the screen. I hate when I spit on the screen. There, I cleaned it off. Oh, I didn't spit on the screen. This isn't spit. This is in the photo. I thought I spit in the screen for a minute. This is a nice shot, nice action photo right there. This action photo, not so much. You can also start to see the grain in the face right there at oh shit, I take that back. At 200 ISO, why are we seeing so much grain? And I have the answer. Why do I have the answer? Because this is highly cropped. That is why the noise and grain becomes more prevalent. See, this is the thing. If you have an older camera, or in general with just about any camera, the more you crop, the more you introduce issues and imperfections in the image. In this case, look at all the noise in the grain. Look at the faces. That is why it's cropped. It's harder when you're shooting with a 70 to 200 to shoot soccer because it's not long. It doesn't have a lot of reach. This is the case where a 70 to 300, I mean, Sigma just made a 16 to 500 that I got to get my hands on. I'm actually going to reach out to them right after this, but I'm not saying that that would be a great lens for this, but I would like to try it for shooting sports or going and birding because it's an affordable option beyond spending $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a 300 2.8, which isn't even that long in itself either. So that's where a 70 Mark II comes into play, but this isn't about that. Don't crop this tight. I'd rather see the shot looser and show the action than look how dirty it is. So, plus it's not that good of action. This is better. It's closer, but it kind of looks like it's practice because there's nobody else in it, but the kid's keeping the ball in the frame. It's a good capture. 70 millimeters just means he's very, very close. I'm yawning. Which means you guys are yawning too. So it's all right. I like it. I'm just going to leave it at that. Same thing here. I don't like the shot as much. There's not much action going on around. You got to remember with sports, it's nice to get those tight shots. This would be a better vertical than horizontal, especially if you fill the frame, especially a little wider. I just think that would work. It's just cropped too tight in this case. And there's no other action going on. With sports shots, it's nice to get the action going on in the frame. This is nice. You see you have multiple kids in the frame. You've got some happy kids from scoring. You got this other kid, he's happy, and this kid, he's getting grabbed. That shows emotion. That is a nice capture. So nice job right there. Hockey shot. So that is a wrist shot happening because you can see that that's always how you shoot. You get the front little skate going like that. I'm just looking at the info here. Very nice, good settings for inside. Still getting lots of vignetting down here for some reason. But this is nice. The shot works. It's nice and filled the frame. I hope it's not cropped too far. I mean, that's why you have some of this here, but even that's just 1,000 ISO. It's a nice moment captured. You still have a little bit of the eyes in there, but it's a nice shot going into the net. Little dark. Why is that? What is that pink thing? I don't know what that pink thing is. So this is okay action. It's just, for some reason, I feel it's a little too tight. You got to brighten it up also. 1/800th of a second. You could pull that with the raw file. You can definitely tweak that. You could also go down to 6/40th or 400th or so and still get a better exposure. I just think this is off a little bit. Not the best action because their heads aren't up. They're going after the puck. On the bench, see, you're shooting at 1600 ISO. The problem here is when you're shooting the bench, you don't need a 1/800th of a second. You could get down to 200th of a second. You can get down to 1/25th of a second. That's 1/125th of a second, which allows you to drop your ISO because the kid isn't moving on the bench. So anytime that I'm shooting sports or shooting hockey, let's say hockey, where I'm shooting the action on the ice, if I switch to shoot the guy on the bench, first thing I do is I drop the shutter speed and then I drop my ISO in turn to allow me to get a better exposure with less noise and less grain, because there's nothing else. There's no reason that I need to shoot this at such a fast shutter speed because he's not moving. This is a little over processed. The processing look, the action's fine, but look at the glow around the kid. This is really good. It's a really, really solid shot. It's a great hockey shot because look, it's wider and you have all of this action going on. It's just the processing you can see is bad. It's just overdone. You see what I'm saying, how it's overdone? You can see that it's glowing. It's a little hazy here. That's because of the processing. Just let this be what it is, and I think it would be a good shot. And why is this pink in every shot? Why is that pink in every shot? Maybe it's a dead pixel. It's got to be a dead pixel right here. All right, so cutting the foot off first and foremost. This is the last shot. It's a little too tight. Pull back a little bit. Lots of vignetting. We got to get rid of it. It has nothing to do with the soccer. It's not in focus. I think his foot's in focus. Again, that camera's very difficult with focusing for sports. It's not bad as part of a full-on story about the soccer, but I don't like it so much because it's just, yes, he kicked the water bottle. Not as interesting as some of the other shots, and I think that is where we're going to have to leave it right there. So I know a little harsher, but there are some good shots here. This is a great shot. This is fantastic. It's just the processing has killed it. Got to watch out for that dead pixel that we got going on in the frame here. Also, this one is very good. This is very good. We talked about why we could make these better. That is good filling the frame. Why this was bad because of the tight looking dead pixel right there. Dead pixel. Zach Arias would be very happy. This is a great action shot, and that's where we're going to leave it. So that is another Adorama Picks Rapid Fire Critique. If you haven't signed up for the email list, please do so. Put your name, email address in it, hit send it. You'll get some free stuff sent right to you. Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. What is this big red button that says subscribe, and what happens if I press it? Well, why don't you guys go ahead and press it and hit the subscribe button, because if you want to be notified when I put up new videos, which is quite often, then you might want to be a subscriber. So go ahead and do that. Thank you guys for your support. See ya.